Mabel, and I wanted to talk about grapheme color synesthesia. A lot of you know that I have chromesthesia, which is music turning to color in motion, but I also have grapheme color, which is numbers and letters taking on color. I have done a video on all the letters and how they look, but I've never done one on numbers. And I wanted to go through those with you and kind of give you an idea of what the numbers look like for me. One is actually a little bit special, so I want to take some time to talk about that. For me, one, when it is standing alone, is red, but when it is with another number in, say, like 14, if it starts off a number, then it is, instead of being red, it just kind of fades into white, which I do not know if that's common. I have not a single clue, but that is how it'll look, and it's sort of neat, but I wanted to kind of talk about one for a second just because it's different. It's a little bit more interesting than the rest of them. But the rest I'll just kind of go through and tell you a little bit more about what grapheme color is. For me, I have the associative form of grapheme color synesthesia, which means that instead of it appearing in front of me and like every letter looking this way in my eyes, like when I look at paper I can tell that the text is written in whatever color ink it's written in. But it's also, I just know that these numbers have these colors. And I used to get kind of distracted in my math classes when there would be too many numbers up on the board, because there's so much going on, and it was kind of hard for me to focus, because I'd be looking at it and thinking about, like, I don't know, color theory, like a dork, and it was really hard for me to focus. And I'm not going to say that's why I'm bad at math, but I think it might have something to do with it, and I will indeed be blaming it. Not a ton of people seem as interested in grapheme color synesthesia as they are in, say, chromesthesia. And I think that is partly because it's not related to music in any way, and numbers and letters just are. They're very mundane, and people don't have, like, the connection to a number and a letter that they do to music. And I think that's why this is less interesting to so many people, and that's okay, but I think that it's kind of neat, and honestly, it's really nice to have this one compared to having chromesthesia, because I never get, like, sensory overload from looking at stuff like this. It doesn't, like, make me stressed out when I read too many words and I see colors from that, but with music, it really can give me bad sensory overload. Now, the way that these work, for me at least, and this will vary person to person, is when you get numbers that have longer strings of just digits, the numbers will remain very distinct from one another. So for me, the number, let's say 143. So 1 will be white, and I'm just going to outline this with black so that you guys can, like, actually see it. I could have used a toned paper, but I don't have any of that, and I didn't think about it till now. So this is how we're going to do this. So everything will remain all distinct from each other. I know that for some people they kind of blend, and longer numbers will have their own distinct thing, but for me that's not how it works. And a lot of people have said that it's possible that we just saw these numbers in certain colors in, say, like little videos when we were little, but that doesn't add up to me, because everyone has their own distinct set, even if, say, they were in the same class, they saw the same videos with the same colors associated with the same numbers. So it doesn't really make sense to me that it would be from that and we just carried those associations. I think that it's just something that a lot of people do. And this is a really, really common type of synesthesia. From what I understand, it's the most common type, and a ton of people don't even know they had it. I knew about this one a lot longer before I knew about my other type of synesthesia. So it was really interesting to me that so many people kind of find this to be boring, when it's the one that is known the most about, and you can definitely get a lot more research in on how it functions as opposed to, say, chromesthesia. But I wanted to show you these because a few of you have asked, and I thought that maybe it would be something you wanted to see. So if you liked that, let me know, and maybe eventually I'll do more with my grapheme color synesthesia. I mean, it's not something that I think to use for art as much, but I'm sure there are ways I could do it. But yeah, if you want me to do more with that, let me know, or if you thought this was a lot less interesting, let me know that too. But I will see you guys again soon. I love you, and goodbye.